Alrighty, happy Tuesday, September 23rd. Just to start off as a trading recap, it's kind of important to note that this whole week we have a lot of news, right? So, what does that mean? That means as of this week, a lot of bullshit to expect, a lot of things to keep an eye out. And again, mind my language, but that's just how I talk. I don't edit these videos, I just kind of just record it and just post it as is. But anyways, yesterday I started off New York session with negative $300, so wasn't really in the mood to make a trading recap video. And plus towards the end, before New York session had ended, actually it was the same time around yesterday as of right now, which is 11:30 a.m. as I'm making this video. The same time as of yesterday, I ended up taking three trades, and I just made fucking $61, right? So in profit. So I covered my loss plus $61 to close off yesterday. Again, trading seven lots, right? Which is with my broker, that's 7.00 lots. With every and about any other broker, that's about 0.07, right? What that means is $7 per point. Again, it looks different, but with my broker, it looks like I'm trading contracts of mini. So, you know, that's how that looks. But either way, to end yesterday with $61, I'm grateful. Uh just kind of spun out. Got a little bit confused. The same thing happened today. It's kind of one of those things I just need to realize that first of all, I'm grateful that I'm lowering my lot size for one. Ideally, I've been hitting gas. No, I've only taken small profits, but I haven't ended this account. Not a single day that I started the small account red, right? So let me rephrase it. Every single day, even my worst days, I've at least got at least a few dollars in profit to end the day, to end each week green, right? So just about to this Thursday is about to mark the third week of starting this small account flip, because that's the whole intention and purpose of this account. And until it gains a little bit more traction, until I can kind of feel and get a better sense of the market, as well as just get more in tune with my trading psychology and just the trading mindset, right? um feel like I've been doing great thus far, but this week has kind of been knocking me off of my edge. By that I mean yesterday, I already talked about that. Today, kind of displaying the same behavior that I did with yesterday. Today, ideally, I could have took a massive loss right at the rip, and let's just take a look at what I did. I mean, you could see each one of these I took a trade, right? Each one of these. So I took. Actually, I didn't take this one. I took one, two, three, four, five trades, right? So let me look at my journal. Yeah, I took five trades. So that's piss poor trading all the way around. I just really just wanted to. My account right now is sitting at $918, and I started this account from $91. $91.26. I'm looking at it right now. So from $91.26 just 3 Thursdays ago. Um Actually, that was 2 Thursdays ago. 2 Thursdays ago. Yeah, what am I talking about? It was the second. Yeah, it was 2 Thursdays ago. Well, whatever. I could care less. But I'm just spinning out, right? Now one thing that I've been doing well is taking minimal. Basically not holding my trades as long when in drawdown. So I'm trying my best to be minimal on drawdown just for the sake of protecting my account, which is something that everybody should always be doing. I know, but this is one thing I've truly been struggling with. Um, I actually, what I deleted on top, that was the first thing I saw. It just it just wasn't as convincing, right? It wasn't as convincing. And ideally with the big pump we had from yesterday, I kind of wanted to see it break basically above this, or either come up, which would have been right here, just to bounce off of it and to finally flush, right? So I don't think I was wrong in that aspect, because it kind of still did happen, but I definitely did have a misread on it, and that's, I can't even sugarcoat this whatsoever, right? So ideally what I saw was this, 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 this. Now ideally I wanted to see it hold the top of my purple box, and I wanted to see it come up. That's supposed to be an arrow, and then come back all the way down, right? Obviously not all the way down, something close to this. I think this blue line was what I was really expecting it. The blue line or the purple box, right? So um that bottom, this purple box right here, would have been my first TP, my main TP, as a matter of fact. But just messy trading. Again, it starts off with not having a proper read. Then I get emotional. Then now I'm forcing trades, and but hey, it started off from being basically after my. Let me just delete everything. I don't know what I'm doing. After my first trade, which was a loss, obviously, we did have a retest, and then we started neglecting it. And by the time we basically came back down, I think it was right here, which I was just in 8 points in drawdown at the time. I I just wasn't really willing to go through being, massive drawdown. Or by at that point when I was already up like $10, I just didn't want to go back in a heavy red, right? So um that was my thought process. I canceled the trade. I'm lucky. I'm happy I closed the trade early, because at that point, it could have gone from negative $63 for my first trade. It could have gone all the way to negative $300. Basically, just a kind of a repeat like yesterday. But yesterday, I did take multiple trades that ended up being red, right? So at least at first. So, and then yesterday, I was just holding on to each of my trades much longer than I was. So today, what was different is that while I recognized my first bias was incorrect, I was waiting to see if we could hold something over here. Right now, it's kind of weird, because this just looked more like a resistance zone, and fair enough it was. But had we been trading this live, there's no way I would have ever expected to take a sell. I did take a sell on this one right here, which was just perfect when I wicked it. And next thing you know, but man, she was a bitch trying to chase it to write it all the way down, right? So it was just weird. It was just holding constantly, basically right here to right here. It was holding it the whole time. And it was just holding this zone as well, right? So it was just weird. When in doubt, when in uncertainty, you definitely don't want to push the gas. That's just could lead to just being, going out of control, right? You could spin out. That's what I like to think about. I like thinking trading as like a NASCAR race, right? Like there's a time to hit the gas, there's a time to hit the brakes, and there's times where you just have to be conservative and just be precautious as a whole, right? Because there's so many different things and factors included with trading. And once your mindset is fucked up, it's kind of like the engine of a car. Once that's fucked up, well, how far can you really go from that matter of point, right? From there and on, you're fucked, right? You're kind of just preying on hope and faith, and really, how far can that last, and how long can that even take you? How far can that take you, right? So I ended up today. At first, I made peace. My second trade, I took this buy. I cut it off way too early. I thought, this was my first. Really, this was my only TP. So I wrote it from 729 all the way to, it was the wick over here, the bottom over here. It was it wasn't even 15 points, but it was close to 10 points, something like that. I was down. What was a negative? Yeah, negative $27. I'm looking at it right now. After my two trades, I was down negative 27. That's completely break even. That's completely fine with me. Third trade, we came back over here. Ideally, I wanted to see it hold this, right? So I wanted to actually it was it was this. Ideally, I wanted to see it hold this. So I'm happy, and I took my I took my buy like right here. So this one I ended up holding it for, it says 14 points. It was more on my broker. That one, that single trade itself got me drawdown for negative $100, and I was like, wow, this whole chasing the green, trying to end the day green, is just getting me deeper in of a mess than what it starts off as, right? So, but it touched my basically right where I was holding my cursor on close the trade, and I was just thinking, what do I do? Do I want to hold it, or do I want to go? I don't want to see what it's capable of doing. Fair enough. When she decided to shoot up, she definitely shot up fast. By then, I just wanted to get out at 30, 40, $50 just to basically enter the green. At that point, I got enough profit from my third trade to end today, to end, as a sum from those three trades with 60 cents in profit. Okay, so then my next two trades pushed me together. After five trades, all in all, I made $106, right? $106.87. So that's what I'm sitting on profit for today, plus the 40 or 60 $62 from yesterday. So just a mere 240 on the week. Pretty rough. Pretty rough. So if you guys are watching this, and if you guys are kind enough to drop a like, drop a comment about what I could do better, and of course, how are you doing, right? How's your trading journey and trading week thus far has been going, right? So talk to me, tell me. Obviously, I want to learn. Trading is always about learning. You gotta be patient. We're all here for the long haul. Nobody's here trying to make $1 million today, tomorrow. I mean, that would be sweet, but that's just not trading or investment as a whole, right? So uh, patience, just part of the name, part of the game. As always, guys, peace, love, and cheers. And please show some love to this channel. It's new. I'd appreciate it. Thank you.